Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man. We're going to be trying a new technique this evening. I have never made this before because actually I've never had the tool. You can see this on the internet under Soap Queen, but I'm going to be doing what's called the infinity swirl. Look at my mold here. You see 4 different sections here. I'm going to pour a very light trace of 4 different colors in here, and then take a swirling tool and make a figure 8 in it. I've never done this before because the recipe that Brambleberry shows always has a 5-pound log mold, and I don't want to make that much soap, so they have made this sectioning tool for a much smaller mold now, so we're going to give it a shot. I want a very thin trace with this, so the oils and the lye have been cooling for 2 hours, so we're going to go ahead and mix the lye in here. It's cloudy because I always put Tessa Silk into it. I'm going to get this just barely emulsified, pour it into 4 containers and get the colors into it. So we're going to make just a little bit of noise here. Do right now. I'll stick blend just a little bit more when I get the colors in. I'm going to let's go ahead and get these separated out. Let's talk about the colors. This is my standard recipe. If you watch my videos, you know my recipe is 15 ounces olive oil, 15 ounces coconut oil, 4.8 ounces of lye, 10 ounces of water, and there is a heavy superfat to offset the high presence of coconut. The recipe itself produces a 5% superfat, but I usually add more than that. Sometimes I actually just pour some right into the batter, but I usually do it with the colors. I've got 4 colors here. They're going to add 4 tablespoons of grapeseed oil, so it'll have a nice heavy superfat. Now if you watched me before, you'll know I'm not going to worry about scraping this out. I'm going to just let this saponify into soap overnight, and I will use it to wash the car, wash dishes, wash laundry, whatever. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have 4 colors here. I'm going to have black. This is just black oxide. This is a pink. This is a mixture of Brambleberry's fired up fuchsia with a little bit of ultramarine violet and titanium dioxide. This is titanium dioxide for the white, and this is Slice of the Moon blue. I'm going to go ahead and start with the white, because usually if I go lightest to darkest, I don't have to clean things in between. So put my light in here first. And we'll put the pink into this one, because I'm going to pour them in this order. Blue in here. And finally the black. Alright, now I'm going to take a whisk and just whisk these to get them somewhat mixed together, and then I'll give a very light stick blend. Alright, we'll stick blend these just a little bit. Start with the white. That's all I dare do. Alright folks, we are ready to pour. Now I have used this mold before, but not with this many sections in it, and I had a little bit of an issue with the colors running underneath, so I need some extra pressure. So what I'm going to do is have my wife, the lovely and talented Eileen, come and help me with this. Now how we're going to squeeze in here I'm not sure, but I just kind of want you basically to press down on those right here. Just go ahead and use your fingers, and I'm going to, yeah, there we go. I'm going to pour probably the outside colors first to make it semi-equal. And you notice she has bags on her hand because we couldn't find my extra gloves, but her hands are protected as well. Make sure you get some pressure on the top of those. There we go. And pour some of the inner colors to make the pressure a little more equal. Keep it a nice thin trace here. I really like my recipe. When I want a nice thick batter, it works well. When I want a nice thin batter, it works well, as long as I let it cool down. And so far, it's doing very well with staying thin. And finally, finish up the inner part here. Okay. Now this is just a little bit uneven. I've got it now. Thank you, dear. Appreciate that. This is just a little bit even. I don't know if you can see in the video or not. The two center sections have a little bit more than the outer, but I've been told if you pull this out, it'll just work itself out. I'm going to go on faith that it does, and you know what? If it messes up, it's okay. It's still going to be a great bar of soap. It's going to be given away for charity, and the folks will appreciate it just the same. So here we go. I'm going to pour the entire section tool out and just put it in the pot here. Very slowly, straight up. Yep, there it goes, down even. Not quite sure about the physics of that, but it does work. Now this looks great as it is. This looks fantastic. Can you see that? Let's get you over here. This looks fantastic just like it is. Looks like it's almost a shame to mix that up. It looks so good. But we're going to go one step further with the infinity swirl. I usually take a skewer. Now actually I use my thermometer that I use to measure the temperatures. And I'm going to put it in the corner, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. I don't want to do just the top. I want to go clear to the bottom and swirl this sort of in a figure-8 fashion, like this. So here we go. It actually looks almost like the Taiwan swirl. And that's it. It's really that simple. This is listed as an advanced recipe. Actually, I think it's pretty simple. I think they say it's advanced recipe because you have to keep your trace very, very thin to make that happen. This looks great as it is. Now that design hopefully will go all the way through, and we will let this sit tonight. I am going to wrap it and insulate it so that it goes through gel phase, and we'll cut it tomorrow. Now this is one of those that you actually cut it straight down like that, and then turn it on the side and cut it vertically, horizontally, so you can see the inside. I'm going to spray it with 99% alcohol to prevent soda ash. And actually, I'll let that firm up a little bit and come spray it again. That's all I have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for the cutting.